Hey there guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, we're going to talk about something a little bit different than the norm, and we're going to be talking about photography. So I know what you're all thinking, photography, what the hell does this have to do with woodworking? Well, eventually, when you make your pieces, you're going to want to take some photos of them. And whether you're using one like this, which is just a simple little point and shoot, or whether you've got a DSLR like this, you can get some really great results by having one accessory. And that one accessory is so easy to make, it's ridiculous. So today I'm going to show you how to make a light box. And that light box is going to give a whole new appearance to your woodworking photographs when you want to take pictures of your smaller pieces of woodworking. Okay, so some of you out there are probably going to say, what the hell is a light box? And basically, to put it in a nutshell, it's a box that's going to soften the lighting on your photos, and due to a Bristol board or poster board backer, the way that you curve it and the lighting that you bring in from the different sides of the light box, it ends up giving your photos a much softer appearance and almost makes your woodworking pieces look like they're semi-floating. And what I'll do after I explain how to make one, I'll show you how to take the pictures, and I'm going to show you some examples of the photos as well. So what you're going to need to make this project is a length of 1/2 inch water pipe. And this is the poly type. It's very flexible. And what you're going to need also is some 1/2 inch T-fittings, 4 of them. You're going to need some 1/2 inch 90-degree fittings. You'll need 4 of those. And you'll need, this part is optional, you're going to need 4 end caps for these. And from there, you want to start cutting some lengths. And I'm going to tell you the lengths to cut here. You're going to need 2 pieces of the pipe, which are going to be 23 inches long. Let me just verify this. 23 inches long, 2 of these. You will need 4 pieces at 18 inches long, and another 2 pieces at 16 inches long. So here we have our pieces cut, and like I said, 2 at 23 inches, you have 2 at 16, and 4 at 18 inches. And you can see what I've got done here, and that is on the ends of the 16-inch pieces, you want to put a T-fitting on each end. Now I've cemented these T-fittings on. You don't have to, but this is what I've done. I've cemented them on there. So you have 2 pieces, 16 inches long, with a 1/2 inch T-fitting on either side. And I just got all of these parts and stuff from your local big box store. I'm not going to mention any names because personally I don't like the big box stores and I don't want to promote for them. But anyway, on the 18-inch pieces, you'll see that what I've got here is I've got an end cap, and I've got a 90-degree bend, but I've also put just a little tiny, you can see it there, a little tiny nipple of the 1/2 inch pipe. And I'm going to show you what that's for in just a little bit. Then, in one of these larger pieces, the 23-inch, I've put a piece of dowel inside to make it a little more rigid, and I've put 3 number 6 screws. One there in the middle, and one a little further over, and one a little further over. The measurements don't matter. These screws will actually be used for holding the poster board together when you go, or holding the poster board when you go to take your pictures. So this is it. This is your light box. And I know, how the hell can this help me? Well, we have to turn this now into a box. And the reason that I have this all assembled like, or disassembled like this is because it makes storage a snap. Instead of having this big frame that you have to store, you have this little bit here that you need to store, and a rubber band very neatly holds that together. So what you want to do is you want to take your two 16-inch pieces with your T-fittings, and you want to insert your 23-inch pieces into the inside of the T-fittings, just like this, so that you end up with this frame. And your screws that you insert it into the one piece are facing to the inside of this cube kind of thing. So you then want to take your leg pieces that have your little nipple end and your feet and your 90 degree, and the reason for the nipple pieces is so that you can insert them into the other side of the T-fitting. And these actually end up to be the legs. Now you can see how quickly this went together, and you basically just flip it over, and just like that, there is your light box. But we're not done. I had mentioned before that one of the other things you're going to need is some poster board, and one thing I didn't tell you is you're going to need an old white bed sheet. Do yourself a favor, guys. Don't take your good linen off the bed and cut it up for this project. I don't think your wife would be too happy. But my wife was nice enough to have this old bed sheet and actually sew it up for me so that it fits nicely over top of this light box. But you guys don't need to do that. All you need to do is drape a sheet over top of your light box, and there it is. Your light box is finished, with the exception of your poster board. And I know that this doesn't look like much, and you're thinking, what's wrong with this guy? There's something wrong. But no, there's nothing wrong. And I'm going to show you now how to use this light box to get some of the best woodworking photos you've ever taken. So now it's going to be time to show you guys how to use this light box to improve your photo quality. And this is going to be our subject for today. It's just this little mini grand piano that I made on the scroll saw a few years back, and I really like this little project, and I thought it would be a good subject for this demonstration. And I know that some of you guys are thinking, you know, Kenny's got that fancy DSLR and that's what's going to make his photos look good. Well, that's not true, because out in the shop this is what I use. I don't bring my DSLR out here into the dusty shop. So let's start off by just taking a picture of this without the light box, just to show you what the picture is going to look like. So just line up here, focus in, and click. And there it is. So this is our photo. And you can see it's not a bad photo. There's really nothing wrong with it. It's just missing something. And what it's missing is the effects that this box can give you. So let's set this box up and show you how to take the photos with it. The key to the light box is lighting. And what we've got up top here, you can't see it, but up above me in my shop is a 4-foot fluorescent fixture. That could be your dining room lighting. It could be any light that you have in your house. It doesn't have to be a 4-foot fluorescent. It could be anything. You also need, on one side here, a light of some sort. This is an LED flood lamp, so there's no heat. Before any of you YouTube police guys start saying that I'm going to start a fire because I've got a flood lamp too close to that material, it's LED, boys. No heat. On the other side, can't really see it, but I'll try to pull it out here. I've just got a fluorescent treble light that I use when I'm working on my Jeep and whatever, and that goes on this side. So now what we have is the natural room lighting or fluorescent lighting coming down from the top. We have our LED our LED spotlight coming in from the right, and we have our fluorescent treble light coming in from the left. And now you've got a piece of poster board. And this poster board, or Bristol board, whatever you want to call it, has got 3 holes in it that line up with our screws. So you take your poster board and you hang it from up top at these screws. Just like that. And once you get that done, you can see how the board curls down at the back. And then you place your subject onto your Bristol board. Now already you can see here in the video, I can see it in the monitor, that already looks pretty darn good. So let's go ahead and take some photos and I'll show you the results that we get here. Okay, for my light box, I have different sizes of legs, and in that last segment my poster board was not long enough to come down and give a good footing for the project, so I put a shorter pair of legs on the back to give me more length on that poster board out through the bottom. So with that being said, now we're set up, lights are in place, let's just take a photo. Just line up your subject. Just like that. And there's the photo. That's quite a drastic difference from our first photo, which, if you remember, looks like this. Okay? So now you can get better photos if you put this guy on a tripod and use a timer. Then you won't get any shaky blur or anything like that. So let me just show you a demonstration here. This is with a black piece of board. What if we change that color? So let's do that. Let's change the color and shoot another photo of the exact same subject. And here we are back with a green piece of poster board in here. And again, let's just snap a photo. And I'm not worried too much about lining this up. I mean, you guys get it. And there we go. And let me just show you this here. Look at that. You see the drastic change there, how it changes things? Your background flows from the lower part up to your vertical, from the horizontal plane to the vertical. You don't see a seam, and it just gives such a nice effect. Let's try something a little more drastic. Okay, here we are with hot fluorescent orange. I know. Buddy, that is a gross color. I mean, it is just sickening. Experiment. Don't write it off. Let me just show you what I mean here. You'll be amazed how with the lighting of the light box, how this bright fluorescent orange changes. And let me just show you that right here with this picture I just took. Look at that. Unbelievable. These are just fantastic looking photos. So let me just get this piano out of here. Let me take something as simple as my tape measure and put it there. And let me just snap a photo of that. There. How's that? Man, that's catalog quality. Fantastic. And there you have it. Photography of your woodwork. I know it's not a woodworking project, but I know there's a lot of you out there that like to post online on different woodworking forums and Facebook or whatever social media that you use. And there's nothing wrong with that. If it wasn't for social media, hell, some of you wouldn't even be watching me right now. So guys, try the light box. Really, don't discount different colors. Try it out. Try it with different projects. Play with it. Have a lot of fun. I think there might be all of $12 worth of material in this thing. And it all breaks down into a tube about yay big and 23 inches long. So it's very easy to store in the corner of your shop. The sheet could just be thrown in a plastic bag, takes up no space whatsoever. And man, look at the results you get. So give it a try. You know, make one of these yourself and you're going to love it. You don't need a fancy ass camera to take great photos of your great woodworking. Guys, thanks again for watching, and I'm going to see you again next week with yet another woodworking video.